Last year, I produced the biggest project of my life, a documentary called Seventh Generation. Now, seventh generation is the principle that everything we do affects the next 7 generations. However, in its production, I realized that the true project lies with this generation. At the national level, according to environmentalists around the world, this has been one of the worst years for environmental legislation in modern history.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
And we have ended the war on beautiful, clean coal.
I would say that there are climate exaggerators.
I believe that it's been proven that CO2 is the primary control knob for climate. Do you believe that?
No, I think that measuring with precision human activity on the climate is something very challenging to do.
However, regardless of legislation, locally, companies are still making change happen. Oakstar Bank is one of the leaders of that change.
As we went through the discovery process with solar and working through that process and discovering that not only was it good for the community, but that we found that it was a good financial investment for us, we noticed that all of this investment was on top of our facilities. And we wanted to have something that was kind of a beacon in the community of, hey, we support the alternative energy movement or the green movement, whatever you want to call it. So we found, Adam and I are actually at a trade show in Las Vegas, and we kind of joke about this. We saw this solar flower, and we both kind of joked, wouldn't it be neat that we were one of the first, well, we were the first company in the United States from a commercial perspective to install one of these solar flowers, but we thought we'd come back and just visit with everybody about it, not really thinking that it would have much staying power, but once we really investigated the product and saw what it did, we kind of came to the realization that this is the perfect way to kind of make claim in the community that, hey, we support the alternative energy movement, and we have invested a lot of dollars to try to do our part in that realm.
Oakstar Bank is truly an establishment for the future. Speaking of the future, my peers, the students of Kickapoo High School, were polled asking what they thought was the most significant impact of climate change and how fast to act on it. The majority of students thought that human involvement was the most significant impact, and to resolve our impact, they thought that we should slowly add measures to reduce our emissions. One way to do that is exactly by using the same technology as Oakstar Bank. Jeremy Ashley of SunSolar was able to explain more of just how that works.
It's fairly simple. Sunshine is all we need. Once the sun hits it, gets in the panel, follow those lines back. That's all DC energy. That DC energy goes all the way to the inverter, and the inverter is what converts DC energy to AC energy. That goes to the breaker panel of your home.
Now, Jeremy and SunSolar do not just know how the technology works. They also have a very specialized view for this generation and the future.
The future is very exciting, especially, we like to think of ourselves in the technology sector. Panels are becoming more efficient every single day. That's exciting. I mean, 2 years ago, this panel right here was a 215 watt panel. These panels now are 300 watt panels. By this time next year, that's a 400 watt panel. So we're knocking on the door of having fewer panels, less cost, a bigger offset in the utility bills. If we can keep going on that path, the utility companies will be a thing of the past. We won't need coal plants anymore. We won't need nuclear plants anymore. Everyone's going to have batteries and solar on their house to be their own utility provider. Our air is going to be better to breathe. We're going to see people with less allergies. People are going to be healthier, and it's going to be a much better planet for all of us.
According to Francis Shackley of the Missouri Department of Conservation, companies like SunSolar need to keep doing what they're doing and keep their view for the future because climate change is hitting our state.
It seems like we have more bigger rain events in Missouri. For instance, with the Department of Conservation, we have a Gasconade River that was totally wiped out in 2013. We rebuilt it. A mega rainstorm and flood following wiped it out, and wrecked it in 2015. We rebuilt it. Same thing happened in 2017. In fact, in 2017 was called, I think it's a once in a millennia rainfall or something like that. It's that where it just rained all day, rained hard. There are changes occurring.
Although Springfield, Missouri is just a small dot on the map, many local businesses are trying to do their part to help prevent events like that mass flooding. It seems that this generation may truly care to make that positive difference. For Chief TV, I'm Desiree Nixon.